Welcome to the Ages of Rock podcast with your hosts Bill Algie, Dennis Talbot, and Alan Tate. We are three guys who have one thing in common, a love of rock and roll. Our goal is to talk about all things rock. We hope you find this show intriguing, funny, and occasionally highly opinionated. Enjoy! Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, this is episode number 295 of the Ages of Rock podcast. And this week, we really don't have a specific topic because we're idiots. So it's going to be a Rockpourri, potpourri, whatever the fuck, shoot the shit show.
No, we had something going on, but it just was
Well, it sounds more fun if it sounds like we're idiots.
Okay. Oh, I'm an idiot, of course.
I don't really need any help with that. So,
everybody, if you think about it, Dennis, that's pretty well that's the way he works. So.
Yeah.
Says MO.
Well, but before we go any further, I was telling Dennis before we hit the record button, somebody posted a comment on our episode number 77, which was the three main guitar players of Ozzy Osbourne, which was about Randy Rhoads, Jake Ely, and Zakk Wylde. And I don't know who posted the comment because by the time I got around to going to reply to the comment disappeared. But it says you three guys don't know fucking shit or something like that,
Really?
And my response is just going to be, sir, thank you for watching the show.
Yep. Seriously though, if you want to post shit like that, please do. I mean, if you don't like what we do, post it. We don't care. We want to, and we'll talk to you about it,
Well, post it with the caveat that if it's something racist or anti-Semitic,
of course,
something like that. No, I'm not going to approve that comment.
No,
and I will.
But if it's
that comment,
if it's an argument about something that we posted or a view that we had about a band or whatever, sure, post it. We don't care.
Tell us why we don't know shit,
and we'll do a whole goddamn show on it. We don't give a shit. That's a new topic.
We're like Ruth from Ozark said, I don't know shit about fuck.
Yeah,
we'll just do, and I'm only one show in, so don't fucking say a word about that show.
One show on the new show in?
No, one show on the new season. Yes.
Oh, well,
we haven't. We honestly just haven't had an opportunity. We've been busy as shit. Plus, Kelly there's some kind of god damn it, some other show that she's been watching that just came at the same time as some kind of royalty shit about I don't know, shit that I don't want to watch. So she's been watching it, but she falls asleep every night at the same time. And she still is on the same first fucking show. She hasn't got through it because she's so tired when she gets home, she can't get through it. Yeah. So, yeah.
Well, shout out to Kelly because I know, she puts in some hardcore hours.
Oh, yeah.
Shout out for what she does because she's basically a frontline worker. And
exactly. But no, we've been.
Bill, stop touching your phone every time you do your picture goes away.
He's touching his.
That's a gift.
But no, we've been, like I said, we want to get into that. And the thing is, everything comes in at once. Of course, we still watch our Oak Island. And I'm just not a TV guy anymore.
You said Oak Island? I never heard of that. Why are we talking about TV? It's a rock show. Shut the hell up.
No, Oak Island. The Secrets of Oak Island. You not watch that?
I don't even know what you're talking about.
A&E. It's about Oak Island in Canada. Anyway, treasure hunters.
This show's about sex, drugs, and rock and roll, not treasure and some kind of plank or something.
So I renewed my cholesterol medicine.
That's what I'm dealing with.
I know why we have 4 listeners.
All right, so let's talk about records.
Before we talk about records, I got one more thing to say. Well, even though he is not quote unquote a musician or whatever, Howard Hessman passed away, also known as Dr. Johnny Fever. So, good vibes to his family and friends.
But his character played a lot of great rock tunes, and they were.
My God, his character was.
He was what, 80, 81?
He was 81. I guess he died of complications from colon cancer.
Colon cancer or colon surgery is what it was. I just saw that. So yeah, somebody had posted that yesterday and it said, well, is it not true? And first I pulled it up and the first thing it was NPR that mentioned it. So I'm like, well, they're not gonna lie about shit. So it actually happened. But yeah, Johnny Fever. I like that guy. He was great. I wasn't a really big fan of that show when it was on, but there's so many classic episodes of that show that I can actually
Holy
recite, and say,
humanity.
but yeah, it's like, of course, the Thanksgiving one, of course, is, the,
Well,
the
I
greatest thing ever.
didn't realize I started watching that a couple of years ago, and that
Right.
is like the third or fourth episode.
Oh yeah, it's early
it's
in.
early on in the season or the first season.
Oh, I didn't realize that. Yeah,
neither did I until I started watching it. I was like, wow.
It was one of those shows that wasn't on my radar when I was a kid. When it first came out, I mean, I watched it. Of course,
when we were kids, we didn't get that humor behind a lot of that stuff.
True. I mean, Lonnie Anderson was always, that was always, it
was Bailey versus our
spank bait material at that point, but until she started, doing the stuff with, Burt Reynolds and shit like that. That's when we finally noticed her. But anyway, and Herb noticed her anyway.
So let Herb notice anything with a vagina.
Exactly.
So anyway, on to some other rock stuff. What you got, fellas?
Bill, why don't you go first?
Oh, I've got 3 that I think we haven't talked about. I think maybe. So, this is messed up. So I got a album called The Voices of Classic Rock. I got it from Walmart.
Right.
And it's got
I haven't seen that one. I've been to Walmart lately, and I haven't seen that one.
Yeah, you gotta I saw it for a while and finally got some birthday money and I snagged it.
Cool.
So it's just got a variety of stuff on it. It's got All Right Now by Free, which we talked about a couple weeks ago, which is one of my favorite songs. But I have Free Greatest Hits, but it's not in very good shape. So this is because it's on 180 grams. So that's
sure.
Hold On Loosely by 38 Special, Some Kind of Wonderful by Grand Funk Railroad, Stroke, Billy Squire, Aaliyah by Donnie Iris, Funk 49 by James Gang, Sweet Home Alabama, Bad to the Bone, You Ain't Seen Nothing Yet, Raise a Little Hell by Trooper, which is it's one of those songs you don't hear very often, but it's a really cool song. Roller by April Wine, and Never Been Any Reason by Head East. So it's got just some different stuff on it. But
so let me ask you a question. Who put that out? Is that Walmart?
It's a universal market. It's a universal. Yeah, it is.
That's like a K-Tel. I mean, that's almost like a K-Tel.
That's what I was thinking.
So if they're gonna, I would hope they start doing more like that, because I would buy more. Because as a kid, I love K-Tel albums.
Yeah, this is a universal. It's a universal music special markets. So it's got these must be universal. Taking everybody,
they're taking everybody that's on their roster, and they're just putting music out.
Yeah.
You know what? I hope they do more of those. To be honest, I love that. Those kind of ones. That's a record that you could kind of put on and just let it go, and it will at a party or something, and people would love it.
Yeah, it's good. It's good stuff. I just put it on a list. It's really good. Ooh, the other one I got, I like Chris Stapleton. So there's this is Chris Stapleton. This is the volume 1. So From a Room, there's volume 1 and volume 2. So this is volume 1. Right. Volume 2 is a little harder to find, but I found it at a local record shop down in Seymour. It's called 13th Floor Records, and everything is something in 13 cents.
Wow.
It's kind of ironic. So I got that. It was really actually it was actually pretty good price.
$63 and 13
cents. Yeah. So it's $22.13. Yep. And then Lisa was at Big Lots shopping around and found Carrie Underwood Christmas album that's $25 that was 75% off and was like $6.
Well, there you go.
So that worked. So that was what I got. I don't think I got anything else, and I haven't ordered anything. So that's the albums that I've gotten. Have received.
Well, I am getting ready to actually cash in some Amazon bucks here pretty soon. I got about $355. I'm going to cash in. So I'll be buying some new records here soon through them. But the other day when I was at Walmart, I went to go get a prescription, and I got over there, and for $22, I ended up getting the Foo Fighters Greatest Hits.
Yeah, I've seen that there a couple times.
And I've looked on Amazon, and they're right at $21. I mean, they're right in the same thing. The thing I like about this, it has the wheels forward, or word forward, and an acoustic Everlong, which is not on any other album. But I mean, it's got their greatest hits. I mean, it is, All My Life, Best of You, Everlong, My Pretender, or the Pretender, My Hero, Learn to Fly, Times Like These, Monkey Wrench, Big Me, Breakout, Load to Run, and This Is the Call. I mean, that's a great album. Of course, 180 gram. There's some really good. I mean, I like the fold out. I like the way they do everything. It's a really nice, glossy. Even the albums have an insert. Every album that's in there has an insert that pulls out along with the record itself. But it's got this real nice plastic inside coated covers that don't want to go in very, very good. There we go. We'll work on. Tell you what, I'll work on that one here in a little bit. There he goes. He goes. So anyway, that's the only new one I've got. I went up to the corner today and didn't really find anything. I got an interesting thing though, and about these two albums. The craziness of the cost of certain albums. Okay, so I bought this when it came out.
Okay,
you gotta tell people what it is because they can't read it.
Okay, so this is Kiss Trust to Kill. This is the 45th anniversary in colored red vinyl. All right, so I got it. There was a lot of people that had issues with it. Mine has a little bit of a dinged corner where the corner was just a little bit dinged, but it's not terrible. But unbeknownst to me, I opened the motherfucker up just to look at the album. I wanted to see what the album looked like, so I'm, of course, I left the plastic on it, left the Hive sticker on it. And of course, then I pulled the album out. I wanted to see if there was any inserts with it, but there wasn't. And then I pulled out the album just to make sure what it was. And it was of course, it's a clear red vinyl. Never been played whatsoever. Unbeknownst to me, if I would have just left that motherfucker sealed, I could get over $1,000 for this album.
You gotta find somebody to pay that for it, though.
No, they will. They will buy it all fucking day long for $1,000. Even at opened, there was only 300 of these printed, and a bunch of them got really damaged in when they send them out. So there's actually less than 300 of these in the world, and I can get $500 right now for this open record.
So seal it back up and you get 1,000.
Well, and then being that, that's what I'm talking about. That's kind of crazy. So, Brian ended up helping me get this here at the record store thing, $26. This thing is sealed. I have not opened it up, and I will not open it up.
Did you say who it was? I was too busy sneezing.
He didn't.
What's that?
Because
the record.
You got to tell people who it is. Buddy.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's the DG's Hell Satin. It's the Foo Fighters doing the Bee Gees covers. This was a record store. I keep forgetting everybody doesn't watch this, but anyway, this thing here, this thing here will go for $500 unopened on eBay all day long.
I'm gonna tell Kelly when your DG's record.
The thing is, I'm not gonna sell it. Like I said, a friend of mine stood in line early and got me just snuck me a copy out. But anyway, I got one of these. And I bought it because I wanted to buy it. But the thing is I don't know how to explain it. These people who collect, the thing is, a record is bought to buy and to play to me. I mean, that's when I bought that Dress to Kill, I bought it to play it. I wasn't going to ever, just seal it and just let it go. And now I haven't played it. It's been opened by accident. But the thing is I don't understand. I don't understand. I think at some point I just got to just say, fuck it. You know what? This is my collection. I bought this stuff to play, to listen to blah, blah, blah. And if it's one of those ones that I opened up that I shouldn't have opened up, I should just do it and just not be worried about it.
Well, I don't understand what you're worried about it for anyway. It's your stuff. Open it if you want to, don't if you don't. It doesn't matter.
I know. But the thing is, it's like,
because trust me, when you're dead and gone, ain't nobody gonna play that shit anyway. Because
but the whole point is I have a Dress to Kill. I have an original Dress to Kill. I have like 4 copies of that. If I wouldn't open it up just to see if it was a red vinyl, which I really don't give a shit. The whole point was whenever I bought it, because it was cheap, and it was like I didn't really have a good copy of it. I didn't have a really mint copy of it, so I bought it to have a mint copy of that record.
Then you bought it for what you bought it for.
Yeah. So I just need to get over it and just like, you know what? Fuck you guys that collect these things. I'm just gonna fucking open shit. I'm gonna lick it. I'm gonna rub it on my ball sack. I'm gonna do whatever you know.
I think Dennis just doesn't understand why somebody would spend $1,000 on something they're not ever going to use.
Here, I'm gonna take this album. I'm gonna rub it on my ball sack. There you go.
I don't get what you're all charged up about.
It
doesn't matter. People buy what they want to buy for whatever and they pay for whatever they want to pay for it. Whether you agree that they should pay that much money for it or not is irrelevant. I mean, I'll give you a good example of that. We had access to getting Eagles tickets. The cheapest Eagles tickets in Indianapolis are $247.
Oh my God.
That is with no fees.
No. That's not what I mean. Okay. You keep talking about that for a second because I got to find something here real quick.
No, I'm just saying that. So there are people that are going to pay that money to go, and that's great. Sure. They're welcome to. I don't give a rat's ass.
Right.
I'm not paying that money to go see them. So you just got to do what's good for you, and who else cares?
Well,
people must have a lot more expendable, income than others do. But it's whatever. To each his own.
I wish I could find this.
I have a whole rack of records that I listen to periodically, but I don't listen to every one of them. And some of them I played once and haven't played them again.
There's a bunch I haven't even listened to yet. So it's
that's a whole different discussion we've had.
That's a sad. We need to do that. So anyway, there was a country guy in town. It's coming to Evansville.
Wallen.
Is that what it is?
Whalen. Last name is W-A-L.
Yeah. Somebody posted a thing on there.
No, it's Morgan Wallen.
There you go.
Yeah.
So somebody yesterday posted 2 tickets that are in the upper section of the Ford Center on the side of the fucking stage,
aka nosebleeds.
Yes, at $350 a fucking piece.
I don't doubt it.
And I'm like, "Are you serious?" He goes, "No, these are the going rate on these things." And I'm like, "Going, dude." I said I wouldn't pay. I mean, for my most favorite band, I wouldn't even pay.
It's a different day, man. It's
crazy. I mean, it's absolutely crazy, dude. I'm just not. Yeah. Anyway, well, good for them.
I have a hot button issue I'd like to bring up.
All right, well, go for it.
Now I'm going to say this with the caveat.
Let's make this a bitch. Let's make this a bitching show. Show.
It's not a bitching show. I just want to say this with the caveat that this is my opinion about ultimatums.
Okay. Oh,
Neil Young said something to the effect of either Rogan is on Spotify or I'm on Spotify. I have not read any of the news articles. I've heard conflicting stories. Right. However, if you issue me an ultimatum, it's either me or I'm going to stop you right there and say it's or, because you don't get to dictate what I sell, anything like that.
Yeah.
I posted that on my Facebook, and specifically said this is nothing more than my feelings on ultimatums.
Sure.
And of course, it immediately went into Neil is the greatest. Neil is a shit bag. Joe Rogan is the greatest. Joe Rogan is a shit bag. It went straight into the toilet, like I figured it would.
Right.
Yeah.
But anyway, what are you guys' thoughts on that?
Well, Neil Young hasn't been a presence for a long time. This was a way to get his name in the paper because, like I said, he's not making any money on Spotify. Trust me. If streaming profits are what they say they are, those guys are not making nothing. I mean, it's a $12 check probably every month. Right, exactly. And then of course Joni Mitchell jumps on the another Woodstocker kind of
your boys jumped on the bandwagon too.
Who's that?
Who?
You know what? Dave has not got my he's pissed me off and all. He hasn't made a good album since fucking, we've had this discussion. But anyway, all these guys, well, they don't like, because it's a whole point. They don't like the fact that they're not making any money. And it is what it is. But like I said, Joni Mitchell, okay, other than your one fucking song, you haven't made you're not making any money. So
well, now
jump on there.
Here's something, I've seen reports that Spotify stock has gone down 25% since those guys said, I'm pulling my shit, and I've watched a lot of people, my friends on Facebook, saying, well, fuck those guys. I'm off of Spotify now. I'm going to move to something else.
Love Spotify. I love them. And I've been promoting them since day one on here. So there you go.
Right. But, I don't listen to Joe Rogan's podcast. I mean, I have no vested interest in Neil Young or Joe Rogan.
No dog fight here.
But it is my understanding that Neil wanted off the platform or wanted Joe off the platform because he was spreading misinformation about COVID. So when you get these people that are like, that guy's an idiot, he doesn't know what he's talking about. And then you get other people like and this happens a lot, you're missing context because the people who want you mad at Joe Rogan aren't telling you the full story.
Right. Yeah, if that's the case, then like you said, then everybody should just shut everything off, because it's all spun to meet whatever they want.
Everybody will hook it to where
whatever they want to be. I had read somewhere, totally making this up because I was trying to find it here real quick.
Make something up, but we don't care. It'd be fun.
No, but I can't find it. There was something. It was something like, and this is why I said I'm making it up. Okay, so here, this is according to some bullshit, somebody that probably doesn't really know, but Young has 6,154,000 monthly listeners on the service.
Okay,
Joe Rogan, Drake. So Drake, the artist Drake,
who knows? I don't
50,
even know him, but
he's a black artist, very popular black artist. Has 53,000.
Okay.
Joe Rogan, I believe, the last time when I looked at this originally, he has 20 some million.
Well,
so Drake has 53 million. Joe Rogan has 20 million something or other followers or listeners or whatever, and Neil Young has 6 million. So Neil,
who do you think they're?
Nobody gives a rat's ass.
Nobody gives a shit.
So it's
they already paid you your $12 that you
got your $12.
They don't care.
Actually, probably got $6.50.
Neil, when's the last new hit you put out?
I don't think the hit. I don't even think the word. Can you use the word Neil in hit? I don't know. Anyway, and it isn't about that. It isn't about that. It's just if you want to get into that thing where people start, if you really want to get down to where people start spending their money, where there's a lot of people that quit going to the Foo Fighters. I mean, if you want to get down to it, if they really don't like the way that they do that, but I don't, when a band starts trying to figure out how to dictate stuff, and I know that people like, Eric Clapton has even went so far as saying, if you require a COVID test at my show, I will cancel the venue.
Right.
So that's where it's gotten to where it's just out of hand. It's crazy.
So here's my thing, and that you both know, and everybody on the show fucking knows that I'm a huge Dave Grohl fan. I've been a few big Foo Fighters fans since day one. Now, being that I'm a fan, I have the opportunity to also, say bad shit about my favorite band, because you have that, the thing is, if you're not a fan, then you can't say nothing. But if you're a fan and you spend your money, then you have the opportunity to say shit about them. So Foo Fighters has not made a good album since, God damn it, I can't even think of the name of the album. But anyway, you know what I'm talking about.
No, but
when they went to the something in Concrete, it was bad. And he's got more political since then. So I'm not a big a fan of Dave as I was, but I still like the older music, and I'll still continue to listen. Do I buy the new music? No, I haven't bought the last two albums. Actually, the last album I bought from them was the one from Sonic Highways. That was the last one. And like I said, but it's just one of those things. I can't And the thing is, he's got really political, and it doesn't bother me, and it actually goes against my political views, which is nobody's fucking business. But do I hate him for that? No, he has a right to say whatever he wants. He has, and I just wish that they wouldn't take that their little soapbox, that they have an opportunity. They have the same thoughts that I do. They have the same.
Well, they can believe, because they have an audience. Well, they can because they have an audience. So they
believe in what they believe, right? But they're using their soapbox. His soapbox is a lot bigger than mine. You know what I'm saying?
That ain't all he's got that's bigger than yours.
Well, probably.
Bank account.
That's what I was talking about.
No shit. But the thing is like, I really wish that, these people that are artists, that we like their material, no matter if they're painters, they're musicians, they're singers, whatever, they're actors. Don't use your being famous and in front of people to have a soapbox to put your own opinion out.
That's the whole point, though, Dennis. That is their whole point. I mean,
right.
They didn't get there by not having a soapbox. Their music is their soapbox.
I know, but just continue putting out music. And if you want to put out a music that makes that point, then do that. But then do that. And then I'll decide if I want it. And if I decide I want to listen to it, that's fine. Same way with an actor. Make the movies that you want to make that fit your thing. And if I decide that I don't like this movie, I won't go and see it. But I don't need to see you on the fucking news and all this bullshit saying, boom, this is this.
But that's because we have decided. I'm going to shut up in a second. Let Alan chime in here. We've decided as a society that those people hold a higher esteem, and their opinions hold a higher. That is an honest to God fact. Otherwise,
and
we would be on TV all the time.
We were wrong.
Well, but it is. Sports people, we have done that with everybody. You're paying people millions of dollars. When you pay people millions of dollars, there is something that goes along with that, right, wrong, or indifferent.
Right.
And they can do with it what they want. And if people choose to do it, and then you've got to figure out, do you want to turn them off? And is turning them off mean you don't buy any more of their crap or go to their stuff or whatever?
You turn them off by not buying their product.
Well, you didn't turn them off though. So you're mad at the food. You're mad at Dave Grohl, but you bought.
I haven't bought his new stuff. No,
but you bought the DG's record, so you still added to his pocket. So if you're upset with them, then
I will go see him in concert. I mean, I will go see him in concert.
So then you're not really that upset.
That's you son of a bitch! Now you're making me think. Don't make me think. I should be.
That's the problem. But the problem with it is we try to compartmentalize all that stuff to not fit the mold we want it to fit, because we still really like some aspect of it. So you have to put it on the shelf, and you have to figure out, is that really bad enough for me to just walk away and go, no more, I'm done, I've had it? And sometimes it is. And for some people, things happen and it's bad enough and you just walk away. But other times it's like, I can deal with it.
And it's hard because if it's somebody that you really like and you followed for a long time, and then they get this, they start this stance of where like, God damn it, why are you doing that? And then you start like you said, you start compartmental to, making it, okay, I'll do this, but I'm not going to do this. But I'm not, it just makes it hard. It just makes it, I wish the art should be completely gone from politics but it's not going to happen.
It can't be because the art,
politics
is part of the art.
I know. It's
Neil Young, all of Neil Young's music was about politics.
Exactly.
Yeah.
All of it.
Okay. Well, let me.
Go ahead, Alan. I'm sorry.
When we had Ron Keel on the show, he made a big deal about I could say what I want and don't tell me what I can and can't. I don't care if Ted Nugent or Neil Young or whoever gets on the TV and bitches their political view, pitches their political view, bitches it, however you want to look at it. That doesn't bother me at all. What I don't like is when I pay money to go to a concert
Oh, I agree on that. Yeah.
You know, I come to hear you play your music. I don't care about your politics. Don't preach it here. I mean, that's my only beef with somebody being political.
And that doesn't happen a lot. I know, Roger Waters.
If I wanted to see you do a political rally, I would go to the Ted Nugent Republicans are God and everybody else is stupid. You know?
But the thing is, I mean, other than only person I've ever heard of really doing that really bad was Roger Waters during when Trump was in. A friend of mine went to St. Louis and saw Roger Waters doing a Pink Floyd thing, and it said half of it was political.
Every time I've ever seen Ted Nugent, he was that way.
And Ted's that way also.
I saw Charlie Daniels once, and he was that way.
Okay, so but the thing is there's
more that do it.
Oh, I know. Then the whole thing is though. That's the thing about Foo though. He doesn't when it comes to the concerts, it's about the music, and he really doesn't bring any play. He hasn't up until
we will see
that. I like that.
And I got you and Bill, you're right, because you know
John Mellencamp's a good example of somebody who is hugely political but doesn't bring it to the stage.
Right.
The dude don't even talk when he's on stage.
That's true too. He doesn't care. Right. And it'd be interesting, and I am looking forward to their 666 movie that's coming out, and I'm going to go see that at the theater. But
well, all this stuff with the Foo started for a long time ago. But I bought Dave Grohl's book.
Right.
I can compartmentalize it, and when I supported him in that, but in the book, but I don't support his political views, and that's fine as long as he's not preaching them at me. I don't care, and I can turn that crap off.
And he doesn't. I mean, honestly, he doesn't in concert up until this point. Now he hasn't.
Yeah. He
doesn't really, like you said, he wants to just rock. He wants people. He just says fuck every other word and basically let's rock. Let's scream. Yeah. Everybody yell with me. That's fine. I just don't want somebody sitting there turning a concert into a political, whichever direction you're going. I don't care. And I know even if it was for the political people that I support. I didn't pay for that. I want to hear you play some fucking music, and it doesn't, there's no reason to have that in there. So anyway.
Yeah. So I found something I thought guys might find interesting about this whole Spotify thing. So
let's go for it.
This is from the Washington Post. It says, is losing one artist enough to force Spotify to change? It says, then there's the question of how much impact can one artist have? The numbers look staggering. The Weeknd, an extreme outlier, currently garners 86.6 million monthly listeners. Adele has 60 million. Drake has about 53.6 million monthly listeners, and Taylor Swift has about 54 million. If one or the two of them pulled their music, how many of Spotify's 172 million subscribers would actually delete their accounts?
Zero.
How many of its, well, that's your opinion. How many of its 381 million monthly users would stop listening? Spotify is probably counting on the inertia aspect. Once you're on a particular streaming platform, you're likely to stay because you've got your playlist, you're familiar with it, and it works. Now consider that Rogan has an estimated 11 million listeners per episode. He usually posts 4 to 5 of them per week, and they frequently last longer than 3 hours. Plus, and this is key, Rogan is exclusive to Spotify. Very few musical artists are. Neil Young's albums are on Amazon, Apple, and several other services. Rogan's library is only on Spotify. If you don't need Spotify to listen to Young, but you do need it to listen to Rogan. Okay. I just thought that was interesting reading that.
It's very interesting.
Yeah.
Because the whole point
I know we've turned it. I've been something that's not supposed to be.
But I've been a subscriber for them longer than both of you guys have. I don't even know, Bill. I know you're not.
No, I'm not.
Are you a subscriber to Spotify?
Yeah.
Okay, but I've been a Spotify user almost since day one. Every name that you mentioned there, Bill. You many times I've listened to any of those people, artists?
Yeah, but you're not the age you're listening to that stuff, though.
Zero,
I bet if you look at the age. I bet if you look at Spotify and you look at the age of,
probably
that'd be interesting. Yeah. That'd be interesting. I mean, if you could find some information, because looking at what's the average age of a subscriber on iTunes, Amazon, and Spotify, that'd be interesting to see.
See, I was
if that demographic is different.
Well, see, I was an iTunes person for a long time because I had 36,000 songs on my iTunes playlist. And then the iStore came along, and they just, Apple wasn't very, at the very beginning, they weren't easy for people to transfer over. It was a complicated system and blah, blah, blah. Spotify came along, and it's like going, here, you got everything you want to listen to, and it's X amount a month, and it's easy to use. And I'm like, okay. I mean, I'm like, I've been with them since then. I mean, and like you said, I've set up my playlist. I have certain playlists. They have playlists that, suggested that are even better. Some of the ones that I've made up. And the thing is, it's just made it easier for me. We said in 1987, we sit in my apartment and Rod and I's apartment, and we made the comment. We said, it would be so great instead of, seeing who had the CD or whatever, to be able to at any time basically have like our own jukebox where you could play any song, anytime, anywhere, and then pay for that service. It's called Spot. You know what I'm saying? It's here now, and it's in multiple services. It's not just Spotify or whatever. Spotify's been just the one that I've picked up on. That was one, and I've.
Well, I'll be honest. I jumped on Spotify when I did because the DJ software that I use for my sound company was integrated with that software at the time.
Right.
But Spotify has since discontinued that agreement with the DJ software and basically dicked every DJ that bought that software. So now if I want to use one of those services, I had to subscribe to Tidal, Tidal. And Tidal is just as good as Spotify. See, some people are going to say it's better, someone's going to say it's worse, but for me, it's even Steven across the board. I like both of them.
But being that you're a DJ, that fits your niche.
Yeah.
But if you didn't have a DJ service,
I would not have subscribed to Spotify had I not wanted that to be able to just pull up any song I want.
Right. See, I would always, that was my dream to always do that. And whenever it came available, I'm like, I'm on it. Like, big time. So
now that I use it, I love it.
Right. But anyway,
I'm ready to jump to another topic.
Go for it.
Yeah.
Bill, do you have that screenshot that you sent us up, or do you want me to read it?
Yeah, you're gonna have to read it because I can't. If I move to find it, then I've
okay.
Okay.
Well, courtesy of our favorite frontman, Dee Snider, posted on Twitter a couple of days ago a question: if a fan, quote unquote, gains access to a celebrity's personal contact info, is it okay to both call, write, email them, visit them at home, both of the above, or none of the above?
D.
God damn, it got quiet.
Well, I mean,
I responded to it. So
what'd you say?
Depends. Well, it depends. Go ahead.
My response would be none of the above.
Right.
Unless that celebrity gave you that information themselves.
Right.
Yeah. So my response was, I don't know what gained access means. Does that mean the artist or their manager gave them the information and said, hey, you can contact him for whatever, or them or whatever? Or was it through some third party thing or whatever?
Judging by the quotes around gain access, I'm going to say that someone got hold of Dee's personal information
by accident,
nefarious
something.
means.
Yeah, that's where I was.
So if that's the case, the answer is no. If that's not the case, and and we know that because we have people's phone numbers and cell numbers and whatever, and email addresses.
I have Jeff
like
Pilson's address right here on a piece of paper, but I won't tell you it.
Right, but I think the thing about it, and I think we would all agree with that, is
I don't think that's it.
You have to know what's appropriate and what's not. It's not appropriate for somebody to, it's not. Right. I would never contact them and just say, hey, how you doing today, while they're out with their family. I mean, it'd be the same thing with me. I mean, I just said that if you had a real friendship with that person, then the answer is yes. I don't think it matters. But if you got that through some nefarious, way, like what you were talking about, then the answer is hell no.
Right.
But I also responded that I've learned over the years that, and sometimes I think they kind of some of them get off on the fact that I'm treated differently than you are. Some of them do that. And then a lot of them don't. I mean, I think we found on this show that I think everybody we've had on here, I don't know that we've had anybody on here that was in any way, shape, or form standoffish or difficult to have on the show, or
none. I mean, actually, honestly, none. I mean, we've been really lucky.
None.
We've been very lucky.
So, and have we had any great big fish on the show? No, but I mean, I still would. So, but, yeah. Well, I mean, I'm talking about we've not had,
Gene Simmons has not been on the show.
Gene Simmons not been on the show.
McCartney,
I'm talking about that kind of.
But on my phone right now, I have like Chuck Garrick. I have some people that have given me their phone number to like send a picture to them, like in a situation where here's just my number. Now it's still in my phone. Would I use that to call them for even an interview or something? I would not do that.
No, I am not calling Chuck tomorrow before the Alice Cooper concert.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, I've seen and we actually, when Ron and I were sitting in Nashville, I said, you know what? I got Chuck's fucking number right here. Actually, I got Chuck, and then we also, because Ace Frehley was open up. I've got Ryan's number. I've got all these people. I was like, I'm not going to make one of those calls. It's just stupid. I'm not going to do that. That's the whole point. And I think that's why that we're trusted with those numbers, because we don't use them for any kind of personal gain or whatever.
And you got to know who you're talking about, and you got to know what they're, could you probably email Chuck Garrett and say, hey man, I'm going to be at the show tomorrow. Hope you have a great show, or text
him. Like, who in the fuck is this?
Exactly right. Who the fuck are you?
I mean, even though I've met him a few times, he
didn't know who,
I've met him a few times. He's met a million people every fucking day. Yeah. He doesn't know who I am. Does that make him a bad person? No, it's just he just meets a bunch of people. If he saw me again, if we were in the same room again, he'd like, oh yeah, you were, he might remember. He may not. Probably doesn't remember.
Well, I know he remembers me because I left my wallet at his table when I bought the Beasto Blanco album.
I remember. But the whole point is these people are, they're fucking human. They're just like us.
Oh, yeah.
And that's the main thing we've learned in this whole fucking crazy thing we've been doing for the last, 5 years now, or almost 6. They're just people just like us. And some remember shit, some don't. And you can't fault them or do anything, because if they don't, and if they do, thank goodness, it's like, that's awesome,
Yeah.
It's all fun. And it's all fun and games. So you're going to, Alan, to change the subject, you're going to see Mr. Alice next week, right?
No, tomorrow.
Or actually tomorrow, which is Tuesday.
We are recording on Monday, January 31st. The concert is in Evansville at Old National Events Plaza, I believe, on February 1st.
So next week, if nothing happens, we're going to be doing a kind of an Alice show.
And we're going to do the softer side of Alice Cooper.
There you go. And then you'll be able to give a little bit of a, I'm curious to see how much has changed since
we may have a guest on with us next week.
Oh, that would be interesting.
Yeah,
he's even doing the beard.
The set list I saw from the other day was the exact same set list.
Same set list.
Well, to be honest, Alice, I saw him the tour previous, and we saw him with Ace in Nashville, and that set list has been fairly cemented. They've changed a few. From the new stuff when they did the Chicago, what's it called?
Now keep in mind,
Detroit.
They do
Detroit stories. Yeah,
they spend a good chunk of money on the stage show that you see,
right. And it's a nice stage show. I think it's really good. I think
the stage show that we see should have gone out a year or so ago,
right,
and been replaced. However, with everything having been shut down, in a way, they're still trying to recoup some of the.
Sure.
What it cost them to put that together. So
Yeah,
it
I've
makes,
seen
it
that.
makes sense that they're still using the same stage show.
Right.
And it also makes sense that they haven't changed the set list up that much.
Right.
Because usually I think that their set list change when their stage show changes.
Sure. And I've seen that stage show actually twice with and you'll probably see it again. It'll be the same one you'll see.
This will be the third time. Yeah.
It'll be the third time. And that was the only reason I really didn't go. It's not the fact that I don't want to see Alice. It's just I've seen it twice very close together. And I'm like, you know what? Now is it the center? Or
I've seen Kiss do the same stage show for 20 fucking years.
Well, I've seen the set list.
Alice do the same show 3 times in a row. No,
I know, and it's always great. I need to
what
find out
else
if he's
can
playing.
we bitch about?
I need to find out where he's playing golf tomorrow because if it's Victoria, I need to find out because I have.
He's not playing golf tomorrow.
Is he playing golf tomorrow?
He will play golf tomorrow.
Is it not? What's the weather going to be like down there tomorrow?
Doesn't matter. He'll play golf somewhere. He'll
be out there in a lightning storm. 4.
Yep.
I'm just making that up. I don't know.
No, he's played Victoria, but he actually played Victoria before.
Well, I would imagine so, but he probably hasn't played it when it's 30 degrees outside.
He doesn't care.
I don't know. He traded one addiction for another if you read his book.
Exactly.
Yeah.
No, they play. I know people that are playing every day if they can. So, all right.
What else?
So I went to see.
You
went to see Jeff Tate. I went to see Jeff Tate a couple weeks ago, 2 weeks ago. Yeah, it was good. It was a great show.
That was the show that Brian and I went down to Nashville to see.
Now, is he still doing like all Operation Mindcrime, or is he doing?
No, it was
Empire.
It was Empire and Rage
for Order. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And I was happy that he did the Rage for Order album first because I only know the very first track on that, and I didn't know any of the other songs on that. So I was glad he did Empire second. Good Lord, look at the size of his butt.
If he ever does this, I'll go see it in a heartbeat.
It was real. I'm telling you, it was really good.
If he does,
for the people who are listening, what is that?
That is Queensryche first album, The Warning. If he ever does that in its entirety, I'm fucking first row. I'll pay whatever it costs to get there.
Well, you don't have to pay much because you can just walk up because it's in a club.
Okay. Well, I mean, okay, I'll pay whatever it costs to get in, and then I'll walk to the front.
$25.
Yeah, I didn't like his fedora. We made comments on Facebook. Wish those rock guys would get rid of.
That's what he's been. He's been doing that. He's done that.
For a while. He's got the ball. He's got the ball, and who cares? And he endorses it. So you don't need the hat. You don't need the fedora.
But it's a look, Dennis. You don't understand. If you saw his look, you would get it.
I know.
He had
I remember him in the chicken hair. He had the ginormous mohawk, and he's like going, ah! He was doing that. He was opening for Kiss.
People's ears are now bleeding.
It was, and they were doing Warning. It was actually doing it. They were opening for Kiss, and Rod and I went and seen them, and we didn't even know who Queensryche were. When the next day we're like going, let's buy that album. It's the greatest album ever. And it was
so it was 27 songs.
Really?
Close to that.
It's 27 songs. No shit.
There are 2 records. There's 14 on one and 13 or 12 on the other.
Well, see, now when we saw them in Nashville, after they did Rage for Order, and then they did Empire, and then Encore was something about Paris. God, I can't think of the name of that song.
Yeah, I know you're talking about. I know what you're talking about. We know what you're talking about. Paris.
And then,
not Paris. What's it? That's Docking.
Paris Burning is Docking.
I know. I got to.
But the other one was another one of the big Queensryche hits. Is Eyes of a Stranger on Empire?
No.
I'm thinking that he closed with Eyes of a Stranger when we saw him in Nashville. I might be wrong, and Brian Harris will sure let me know.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sure he will.
So yeah, it was a great show. He find out phenomenal.
Thursday morning about 8:30. We'll get a text going, you motherfuckers.
Well, at least you can't bitch at us for not having an episode.
There you go. You know, shit. So where's my I get an episode. Now you're wrong. So I can bitch about that.
So it was a good show. I would tell you to go. If you have not went, it was definitely worth going to.
Yeah.
For $25 especially. And I think shut up for a second. Let me get finished. if I think the oldest person in his band other than him was 27 27, 28, not even 30.
So look
And
like
they
the
And
Rock
they were
of
from
Ages.
Ireland or Scotland.
I think the guitar player is his daughter's boyfriend or his husband or something.
It looked like the what's that Rock of Ages kind of like school thing. They got all the guys from school going.
It's called School of Rock.
School of Rock. There you go. I was trying to get to the right thing.
They were
School
all
of Rock.
pretty
Rock
young.
of Ages was a terrible musical with
I know.
Tom Cruise. Tom Hanks. God
Oh, that
damn.
was terrible. That was
Now you're
terrible.
making me say the wrong shit.
Yeah. School of Rock. There you go.
And then I went to see the next night on Saturday night, we went to see the Mavericks, which is a kind of a country band that my dad had got tickets for and couldn't come up because he had COVID. So
Right.
I had to go to Lisa and I went to that. It wasn't bad. It's just it was just different music. So I mean it was fun.
Your dad get through the COVID okay?
Yeah, my dad and my mom both. Yeah.
Good.
And then Friday night we went to see, there were like 15 of us all
You went to
together
see
that went
you go to
to see
Bluebird?
Hairbangers Ball.
Go
Nope.
Bluebird?
Nope.
Oh, sorry. Where was it at?
It was at the Vogue.
Oh, Vogue.
The same place I saw Jeff Tate the week before. So it was interesting. The bass player, they did a couple, they did the normal songs. They didn't do any Journey songs, which is good. They didn't do some of they did the normal Bon Jovi stuff and all that kind of stuff. But the bass player did two different songs. He did he did a Firehouse song, Don't Treat Me Bad.
Oh, cool.
Right.
Which was out of the left field. And then he did Jet City Woman.
Oh,
I was like, this is awesome. Those two songs alone for me were worth the price of admission.
Wow, that's cool.
You don't ever hear those.
That's different.
So that was pretty. And then they always do a Kiss song because Brian, as you know, we've had Brian on the show a couple times.
Right.
He's a big Kiss fan. So they did Lick It Up, but they did the live version of Lick It Up, like
with the Who interlude.
They started to do the Who interlude a little bit and they stopped, but they did the other vocal stuff and things like that. So it was pretty good. I think they did a great job, but they started like 8:15, 8:20ish until 11:30.
Did you get to talk to him at all?
I did not talk to him after the show. I talked to him the next morning. I just texted him and said, "Great show."
How's the solo stuff done? Has he said anything about that?
I didn't talk to him much about that.
They did do
one of the Hairbangers Ball original songs that he was been working on. So they did that. Yeah.
Cool.
Which was good. But
so I know he's been promoting his own couple songs that he's been putting out here recently and videos and stuff. And we've
been playing them on A to Z Radio.
There you go.
Biggest variety of rock, pop, and country music.
Yeah, and there were probably twice as many people there for Hairbangers Ball than there was for Jeff Tate.
That's funny.
Easily.
It's not funny, but it is.
Hold on, I'm going to send you guys something real quick.
Well, Bill can't look at it.
I can't see it, so it doesn't matter.
Oh. Well, here I'm going to talk. Here on Alan. Let me send you something real quick.
What else shall we talk about?
Here, hold on. I'll send it. Go ahead.
No, we're close to hitting our time limit.
Hold on.
We don't got no stinking time limit.
Well, we were going to talk about artists on tour this summer and stuff like that, but there's a shit ton of people out. But
how many of them are going to still be out?
Well, that's an easy. So the other day, did you guys see the other day that Poison announced this? Show? There was a
Poison and Cinderella and LA Guns.
So yeah, and I guess it was it's supposedly a one-off show. Supposedly, it's not a with Motley Crue show. It's supposedly a one-off show, but it says world tour, but it's supposed to be like a one-offer. But I'd go see that show. I have no desire to go see a show with Motley Crue in it at all.
Yeah, I'm right there with you.
And I mean, I don't know if you guys have seen any of the videos since Vince Neil supposedly got healthier. It's freaking horrible.
I've seen pictures and videos of Vince lately. I don't think he's made any big transformation. He's still a big fat fuck. So, I mean,
well, it's not even that. I don't care about that at all. Right. It didn't matter to me in any way, shape, or form. The dude can't perform.
He can't sing. And we've seen every time he goes out, even on his own, he's just back in his own situation up to where you're like going, no, I can't do this.
Well, it's the same old situation.
Right. Same. They should write a song about that.
He should do that. He should just start with that song. He should start every show with that song.
Yeah, no shit. This is what you're gonna get the rest of the night. This is a song that sets the thing. No, it is what it is. I mean, and like I said,
It's just horrible.
They keep putting out the fact that they're going to be doing all this, all the tours going to happen, and all their people that are supporting them on that tour are putting out already lists of other dates that they're going to be doing this whole year, and none of them include Molly Cruz. So what's that tell you?
Well, I think that's not going to happen.
I don't know. It's not going to happen. I mean, Nikki will fucking tell you every day that, they're going to start this tour starting tomorrow, and he's fucking bullshit, and it's not going to happen. So it's not going to happen. And nobody really, who gives a shit? Are any of us three going to go to that show? No. So you know what? Who gives a fuck? Who gives a fuck? I really don't care. I've seen it. You know what? You sucked me out on your last I'm never going to play again fucking tour. And it was the worst thing I ever seen. Left early, bitches.
Not good.
If it wasn't for Alice Cooper opening up, it would have been a complete shit show.
That's the only thing. That's the only thing that saved it.
That was the only thing that saved it. So there you go.
Yeah.
All right.
So Dennis wants to mention something about Creaturefest happening on.
Oh, can we mention that? Can we mention that?
See why not?
Okay, so Creaturefest.
Have you we can do what we want.
So guys, have you looked at the schedule on that?
Nope.
I don't know what's happening.
I'm very interested in a couple of nights. I don't want to do 3 nights down there, but I would like to see some of it. I think it's the
only thing I want to see is Bruce,
and he is on. I'm going to try to pull this up.
Isn't he on the Friday night?
He is on the. Here we go. What's the? I'm trying to find out the earliest. Hold on a second. My thing's being real slow. Here we go. So it looks like, God damn it, that's scary. Schedule. Here we go. So it looks like Friday it's going to be Ace Frehley, Enough's Enough, and John Corabi. That's the 3 big guys. Saturday night will be Vinnie Vincent, Vixen, and Pretty Boy Floyd. So
no way.
So I'm asking, what do you think about that Friday night or Saturday night? What's going to happen that night?
Nothing.
What do you think is going to happen?
They're going to have a backup headliner.
I can't wait.
What the hell?
I just like to go to see what the fuck's going on.
What was that, babe? Wow.
So anyway, Sunday night is Bruce Kulick, Quiet Riot, and Core Rozzik, Rozzik. Do you know who that is?
No.
Korerozz.
I would go Saturday night. I really wouldn't go any of the other nights.
You want to go see Vinnie Vincent?
I mean Friday, Sunday. What? Sunday night?
That's what I'm asking.
When's he playing? Because I'm not
Bruce is playing Sunday night, and I think I'll do Sunday night also. I've seen Ace before, and I love it, but I'd like to see Enough's Enough. Now, is that going to be with? Who's that going to be with?
Be Chip.
No, Chip doesn't own the name anymore.
I thought Enough's Enough is just Donnie V now.
Yeah, then
Donnie got the name. So what?
Well,
so John Corabi would be a good
see them. I would not go see Enough's Enough without Chip.
That's fair.
It's not going to be.
That's fair. I mean, it's a fair thing, but I would like to see it, and I like to see Donnie V. I would like to.
Of course, Donnie V is the voice of it.
He is the voice, and he's the writer of most of the songs.
That's a very distinct voice.
And to see Ace again Friday. Thing is, I would go Friday, and then Saturday I would do something different, and then on Sunday I would go see you again. I like to see the Bruce Kulick band. I think that would be.
Did you say Quiet Riot was on Sunday?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So that'd be Rudy.
I would like to see Rudy.
Yeah, I've seen Rudy.
I mean,
actually,
the only time I ever saw Quiet Riot was actually the Mental Health lineup, but they had reunited in the early 90s.
That was at the Coliseum, right?
No, I was in the military then. I was living in Colorado.
Well,
this was at a country bar in Colorado Springs.
Right. Well, the Coliseum wasn't much bigger.
I didn't realize at the time, that Kevin Dubrow had started wearing a wig. And I'm like, where did he grow all of that hair?
Yeah, he went from no hair to a shitload of hair.
Oh, yeah.
And he sweated a lot along this line right here.
Right.
It was like, no, but it was the night though too that they were the situation where they were all. It was Rudy, him, Frankie, and Carlos. I mean, I got to see him in their original lineup, and it was good. It was a great night.
Wasn't that like 92 or 93, something like that?
Something like that. And it was. We also had that night got to see Jeannie Lane singing Warrant stuff. I mean, it was a great night actually. But
yeah, I saw them at Robert Stadium.
Right.
It was them and Survivor.
If I was going to do Creaturefest, I would do the Sunday. I would definitely do the Sunday. Maybe we can hook up that day, go down there early, see the vendors.
It depends on what's going on. That's Memorial Day weekend. I don't know what's going on.
Right.
Yeah. Well, can you tell the boss just got home? The dogs are barking.
I heard
we saw that anyway.
Time for a wrap.
Maybe we can make Sunday. Maybe we all three maybe go down there and meet up. And
I don't know. It really depends on. I haven't looked at my schedule. It depends on what the band's doing, or if I've got a sound job booked for Saturday already.
Can you buy a daily ticket? I know it's $150.
I've not looked at it weekend. At all.
It's $150 for all weekend. I do know
looked at it at all.
But I'm curious to see if they'll sell like a one-day ticket.
And I don't want to get into a little.
I can't imagine that they wouldn't sell a one-day ticket.
Right.
Yeah, and I don't want to get into some kind of a little pissing contest with our buddy.
No. And that's the whole point. And the thing is, they're miles apart. I mean, you're talking spring to something in the later summer, fall. Yeah. I mean, there's no contest there. I would like to see Bruce Kulick play with those guys because Tall Stanley, and it'd be fucking great. I mean, it'd be an awesome.
Well, I mean, I've already seen those guys on the cruise, and
right. I've seen them on the internet, but I've never seen them.
Phenomenal.
I've never seen him play live, and I want to see him play.
Yeah,
I know Brent.
You will not regret seeing those guys.
I saw where Brent's going to be there, and it's going to be all those guys, and it's just going to be phenomenal.
Yeah.
There's a $1,500 ticket.
It's not $1,500.
I said there's a $1,500 ticket.
Oh,
I didn't say.
No, it's with all that. That's one of the VIP where you get so many things signed by so many people. Yeah, there's some huge tickets. $150 was a ticket for the whole weekend just to get every access to everything except for getting anything signed. I know that for a fact. But they'll be.
I don't think you can. You can't. It doesn't look like you can buy individual days.
Well.
Oh yeah, there's a one-day ticket, $75.
Okay,
I'm not paying $75 to go see Bruce Kulick.
But you get the whole day to go to the.
I don't give a shit. I'm not going to spend $75 to.
All right.
See Bruce Kulick.
All right.
Well, I mean, you guys can. It's fine. I'm just not going to pay that much money to go see Bruce Kulick.
But you get to see also. What was it that day?
Quiet Riot. I get to see
you see Quiet Riot and Cor Rosic. I can't even pronounce it. So it must be special.
There you go.
It's like a fucking dinner I can't pronounce. It must be.
You get to enjoy Sunday at Creaturefest includes entrance to the expo.
There you go.
And the amazing vendors. Afternoon concert series and the Memorial Day cocktail party. Also admission to the general G&A section of the nightly concert room.
There you go.
Whatever that means.
Yep. Whatever.
So maybe
we'll look into it, see what's going on.
Last minute $25 tickets. You know what I'm saying? There you go. We'll go for it.
Well, you guys about ready to wrap this up?
We're done. I gotta do some hibachi. Little ting 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 ting.
That was a terrible impersonation.
But
yeah, that was just bad. Just bad.
You can't clink knives together like that. That's not how they sound.
No, they're not nice. It's my little. I have my two.
Anyway, y'all visit us on agesofrock.com and check out our past episodes and social media links. And until next time, peace out. Thanks for listening to the Ages of Rock podcast. If you haven't done so already, be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel, like us on Facebook, and most importantly, tell all your friends. Remember, you're never too old to rock. Until the next episode, peace out, folks.